in the morning.
I'll fire things up, boys. Been out here on this highway, rolling on now 20 years. Just like my dad before me, coffee, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm addicted to the white line, a prisoner of the road. Ain't no cure for this disease, it brings us outlaws and rogues. When they locked me up, they handed me the keys. I'm pulling 18 years of life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 years, 18 years, 18 years of life. Some say I'm semi-crazy, my God, it's hard to tell. This diamond tuck and leather just might be my padded sail. Those pictures on my dashboard where I've watched my kids grow up, I thank God they understand the cost of diesel in my blood. They know this rambling man and what sets me free. I'm pulling 18 years to life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 years, 18 years, 18 years of life. I'm pulling 18 years of life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this old highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 years, 18 years, 18 years of life. There's no escaping this addiction, so until the day I die, I'm pulling 18 years, 18 years, 18 years of life.
Welcome, everybody, to Left Lane with Lefty. Tonight, we're going to have a good night. We actually got a bunch of different stuff that's going on. I do want to give a shout out to anybody that wants to go check out diesellife.com. Sit there and use promotional code Lefty23. It's LEFTY 23. Use the promotion code, save you 15% on everything on the website. Go check them out. I also want to thank them. They are a sponsor of the show tonight. So just to let y'all know, go check them out. I know Van is out there. Mr. Bull Snot himself, he's on his way back. It sounded like he had some issues going up to Illinois starting out. I'm glad the listeners were there to help him out and actually get him and sit with him for a while until he got a tow truck to come and get him. Greatly appreciate it. Good evening, everybody. Good morning. Good evening, Miss Christy. Good evening, Michael. Good evening, Josh, my brother from Australia, from the land down under. Hey, mate, how you feeling? I'm feeling all right tonight. We are going to get into this. We're going to have a good time. We are just going to sit here and enjoy ourselves. So I want to sit there and give a little pause tonight. I know it's Memorial Day, and I want to thank all the fallen soldiers for dying for us and defending this land, for us to have the freedom to be able to come on this air and be able to talk about trucking, anything that we want to talk about, and be able to come together and be able to put on a show and be able to have friends come and join us and get along together. So we got some of that stuff going on. I got 2 news articles tonight that are actually come out that we're going to be talking about. One's on autonomous vehicles, something y'all might want to pay attention to. It's actually going to be pretty good because looks like they might be hitting some roadblocks. And then I also have another company out in Texas that's filed for Chapter 11 protection. So we're going to get into a little bit of that too. And then I also have another guy that we've been trying to get on here for a little while. He's been busy. I've been busy. We were trying to get him on. And we're going to get him on and talk about a little bit about his truck, what he's doing, plus stuff that he's that I didn't ask for, but he's been doing it, and he's the as you can see the stuff like that artwork done and stuff for us, which is really really amazing. And I really do appreciate the man. He don't have to, but he loves another brother, and he's here to help another truck driver out. As they say, we're all family, and that's just the way we are. But he goes by on Facebook, goes by the name of Eddie, but he goes on here on TikTok and that as Dragon Pixie. And the deal with that, we'll let him explain all that. But he's also a part of the full-fledged members of the Misfit Mafia. Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's kind of crazy, wild, but we love him. We love him. Hey, keep your thoughts to yourself there, pimpin'. Just saying, keep your thoughts to yourself. Hello, Miss Della Hoover. How you doing? And Miss Christy. Because he is an amazing person also. Yes, he is. He is a very, very, very gentle man with a lot of smarts. He's a really good guy that I would call a friend, and I wouldn't call him anything other but friend, family member, brother from another mother. So on that note, before we get into the other, I'm going to go ahead and bring him on, and we'll get into his side of the story on what he's got going on. What he's got going on with his truck, what he's done. But before I do, I will show you some pictures. Della says, back in a truck after 2 weeks. Sweet. Glad to see you back in a truck, Della. Greatly appreciate it. Josh says, I'm good. I'm just laying in my bunk waiting for my trailers to be loaded. He's pulling a wagon train on there. You know how them cowboys do it down in Australia. Just saying. But I love every one of them and every one of you guys, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for the love and the support and the phone calls that I get to check up on me, make sure I'm doing okay, making sure that we ain't having any issues. And I love every one of y'all, and I greatly appreciate all the phone calls and the messages and everything. And I couldn't ask for a better family than what I have here that loves to watch this show. I don't know why I'm so boring. I'm not that exciting, at least not here. They say I am at truck shows, but I mean, it's a give or take type of thing. But I love everybody. And like I said, our sponsors tonight is Bull Snot. The challenge is ask for it. You can get visible, blastable, polishable, waxable. You can get any of those at any of the truck stops. And if they don't have it, the challenge is ask for it. And that's the way that works. And then on top of that, we also have Diesel Life. Diesel Life, you can sit there and ask, go to the website, diesellife.com, use our promotional code, which is Lefty, Lefty 23, which is Lefty 23. Use the promotional code, 15% off everything on the website. So they did that for us, which was really, really nice of them. So I really do appreciate them. And if you guys do see them or you see them out somewhere, just tell them a big thank you for all the stuff that they do. They do support truck drivers left and right. And that's what it's all about. Let me get up here to the comments real quick. We got comments rolling in. We got Miss Day Colape. She says, good evening, sir. You'll hope that you had a great day. Something like that. Yeah. Josh says, I need a cowboy hat now. Well, hey, we can work on that. I'll get you one made of straw. We'll put left lane with lefty across it. Yeah, we can do that. We'll work on something. Just hang in there. I'll get you. And then we got Glenn with the peace sign. What's up, brother Glenn? The Raging Cajun from Louisiana. And then our other brother, Chad Hyman. What's up, Chad Hein? What's up? How have you been? Hope is all is well. Hey, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I got going on, and and I got great friends that support me and love me, and that are here to watch what we got going on and the different things that we were going to be talking about. But I do, like I said, I love all y'all supporting and asking everything about us. Um, yes, I know, Miss Christie. I like the swag you're showing. I know, and I got to thank Diesel Life. Diesel Life sent me some nice swag, and I greatly appreciate it. Professional too. Look, all nice, buttoned up, nice shirts. They're cool, breathable. Love them. Love the shirts, and they have these on the website too. You guys can check those out and get them on there too. Um, and the hats, they have all kinds of different hats. I got this hat too. I picked this hat. The reason why is because it's the same color as my logo. It's not the one here, but my new one that will be coming in. It's the same one. It's on my truck. Love the way it looks. I really do. Glenn says, "What? Trucking tonight, headed right down the road from where Father Time lives. You better go by there, blow the horn, blow his doors off, so that way maybe some of that grass might land up on top of his head, maybe look like hair. You know, I'm just saying. Give him a new look. You know what I mean, Glenn? You know, you and your little Volvo with a little 300 kitty under there. You know, just go by there and give him a little whistle. You know what I mean? You know how that works. So, on that note, as I said, I want to show you this man has taken a lot of time and a lot of effort to put into his truck. And this is his truck. He loves his truck. And I really like the truck too, because I really think it looks good. And I also like one of the designs that, you know, and this is his truck here. This is Dragon Pixie's truck. He's got a lot of time and effort he stuck into this truck. Got the neon glowing underneath it. Check that sucker out. I know it's a Freightliner, but guess what, guys? That's that man's truck. He spent a lot of time and money to do it up. And it was actually in the front row, well, actually on the side row over there at Wildwood. It was actually in the show. Here it is, a picture of it in the show, hanging out with all the big boys. It's a beautiful truck. It is a beautiful truck. We're going to get him on here, and we're going to get him to talk about his truck a little bit here in a second. As we're getting in here, all righty. What does Glenn say? Glenn says, I have 2 trips up there and back to back, and I'll drop them in the morning. Sweet. Hey, then you can sit there and go, look, made the grass grow, made it disappear, made it grow, made it disappear. Just saying, you can get him. You can get old Father Time. Get him good. Well, hello, Miss Judy Barley. Hi. You have a good day? Yes, I've had a good day. I went and I grilled out for Mom, made her not have to do anything, and I told her it wasn't up to her. So I made grilled chicken on the grill. We did chicken, made baked beans, turned around, made homemade coleslaw, and then we did French fries. So yeah, we had a nice little dinner. It was good. It was very, very, very good. Yes, sir. I will get that to you. What did you say? I like it. Needs more lights, but with time, it will get there. Yes, Josh. I'm telling you, his truck, he likes to add more lights, but you ought to see the inside of this thing too, which we'll be seeing here in a second. So just give me a minute. What did you say? Dropping a load in North Carolina? Don't be doing that. Make sure you use the restroom, Della. Come on. People don't want. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. We love you. Glenn says, just took it out of the Swift. I love it, brother. Just took it out of the Swift hole and put it in the big one. It's time to ride. Hell yeah. Love it, brother. Love it. Love it. Della, I know that was pretty funny. I know, but I like that. Take it out of the Swift hole and put it in the big hole. It's time to ride. I like that. We're going to have to start using that, Glenn. We're going to have to start using that, brother. Judy says that truck is pretty. It is, ain't it? So no further ado, we will bring on Mr. Eddie, better known as Quit Beating on My Door. Sorry, Mom's in the refrigerator getting her something to drink. Got to drink her Coke. Sorry. Yeah. just the way it goes. But we will bring on Mr. Eddie, better known as Dragon Pixie. Well, good evening, McShern. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Lefty?
I am doing really, really good, sir.
How you been?
Oh, I've been hanging in there. How are you?
I'm sitting in Auburndale, Florida. I
Oh,
had
you ain't no fun.
the
You ain't no fun. You're sitting in Florida. I've been
well.
dealing
I
with
mean, because of
rain
this,
and cold weather. What's up with that? What'd you do? Did you bring it from Texas and say, "Here, I'm gonna drop it off and then go to Florida"? Is that what you did to me?
I'll tell you what. Because I was coming down, I had a few hours to spare, and I was able to see Miss Christie and Pimpin.
Oh, well, that's a dirty trick there. What the hell's up with that?
I got to spend a few hours there, and Miss Christie got to spend a few hours with Mr. Loki.
Oh, well, Miss Christie says right there, she goes, Eddie, in my pup. Eddie, in my pup. She done
Oh, God.
confiscated your dog. Look, she done confiscated your dog. What's up with that? I know. There's Mr. Loki. Mr. Loki looking good today. You playing pilot or co-pilot, Loki?
He paid pilot. He owned the truck.
Too. He can too. You just don't know what he's doing when you're sleeping.
Exactly. The owner of the truck, she's at home.
Yeah.
She spent time with her daughter. It was her turn with her daughter, so
Oh, is it?
she's at
So
home.
your
Yeah.
your riding partner decided to stay at home this time?
Yeah, I'll pick her up Friday.
I heard that.
Miss Christie's like, there he is.
Yeah, there it is. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Let these fine people know who you are and a little bit about your truck and why we like you so much.
My truck is a dedication to my wife that passed away. I was perfectly fine with being a company driver. I mean, my last year as a company driver, I made 95K, so it's not like I was hurting for money.
Uh-huh.
It was my wife's idea to get a truck and a trailer because she was tired of me making money for everybody else. So she said, "I want you to buy a truck."
Mm-hmm.
And Trucking Unicorn is the first person I found on TikTok, and I've talked with her about this many times.
Uh-huh.
I was knee deep in a bottle of whiskey every night.
Wow.
And because I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I was doing this as they call the slow suicide
Yeah.
because I didn't know how to function without her. I found her after I got out of federal prison. You know, I did 18 years of my life locked up, in and out, in and out, in and out. And that was the first woman that believed in me. I walked out September 9th, 2011.
Yeah.
Here it is, what, the 26th, 25th? I don't know what day it is, but
It's,
2023.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when she passed away January 10th of 2020, I pulled the trigger. I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So I bought a truck and I went to Mayberry because the only reason why I started following Trucking Unicorn, it wasn't because she was a truck driver and whatnot. It was because of Grandpa.
Yeah.
I have two friends in the Wyoming oil field that own their own trucks. And so ladies that are ladies driving a truck, especially ladies that are, you know, how do I say this really quick? Or kept together very well and are not just look like they fell on Pastor Gate.
Yes.
I've got a couple of friends in the Wyoming oil field that are like that. One of my friends, Vanessa, owns her own truck. So it was nothing new to me. And then the first video I saw of her with Grandpa, I was like, oh, hey. So she invited me to Mayberry. I met you. I met Pimpin. Pimpin was busy and whatnot, but I met a lot of people and I said, it doesn't matter what you drive. It's the pride you have in your drive.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. It's the pride you got in your ride. It's not the ride that you have. It's the pride you got in it that makes the truck what it is.
So you put a couple pictures of the truck. I have built my truck since Mayberry the truck show last year until I went to 75 Chrome Shop. To what of that, and I took pride in that because I drove a 379 in the Wyoming oil field, and now I drive a straight letter Cascadia because the Cascadia is feasible for what I drive, for what I do.
All right.
If you try to drive a hood in where I go, you'll tear it up.
Yeah.
So
It just makes it easier for you to maneuver and get where you need to go to do the work that you're
so you and I.
doing.
You and I are of the age. So is Miss Christie and the Trucking Unicorn and Pimpin'. We're of the age, and we remember when we could have texture tags. My wife's texture tag was Dragon Pixie, hence Dragon Pixie Transportation. The logo on the side of the truck is off a jewelry box I bought her 3 months after we started dating.
Nice.
Uh-oh, hold on a second. The earbuds are trying to die. So I can't hear you. If I got all
get those earbuds. While we're doing that, I'll get under these comments real quick. Josh says when my wife told me I could buy my own truck, I was shocked and I bought a lottery ticket because I knew she will never say it again. I believe you there, Josh. I believe that. I can believe it. Good evening, Mr. John Freese. I love the thumbs up there, brother. As John says, the pride comes from the heart and soul of the driver that makes the truck what it is. It's what makes the company what it is. You're right, John. That is very, very true. Very true.
And that's why I entered into 75 Chrome, because when I went to 75 Chrome shop, or when I went to 75 Chrome last year, there was 2 curb sniffers.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Mayberry and there was like 6 or 8 of curb sniffers,
Yep.
but it was mostly hoods.
Yes.
You know, when you have Troy Massey, who I met, I don't know him, but I met him.
Yep.
I met Mitch Bottomley. I met Hatermade and stuff. I met him. I don't know him. I met him.
Yeah.
I know you. I know the Trucking Unicorn. I've gotten to know Pimpin' and Miss Christie. But when people like that tell me it's not what you drive, it's who you are, and now you see my truck.
Exactly. Yes.
So since last September, I had, because the trucks that the company I work for, they order owner op trucks, which comes with refrigerators, microwave stands, blah blah blah, and chicken lights under it. And if you remember, I had the standard amber chicken lights. That's all I had on my truck.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
The only thing I did to make myself a little different than the company is I put that I got your 6 send blue line flag back there, and we don't owe them all, but we owe them all sticker for our servicemen and women.
Yes.
Because I have family members that are law enforcement and servicemen and women. You know, my first thing I ever drove, you'll understand because, again,
Glenn's got a comment for you, and he's sitting there and said, it's all about the pride in your ride, no matter what you drive. And that's exactly what it is. Exactly right.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you've seen my truck, Lefty.
Yes,
you've seen my truck in person.
I've gotten pictures of your truck. Yes. And
you saw what it
got really good. So I've done some work with it. So just to let you know.
You saw the truck at Mayberry, and then you saw several months later what it was at
Wildwood.
75 Wildwood.
Yeah. Yep. John says.
So
hold on, they're putting up some big ones, so let's get that in there real quick. And I don't mean to cut you off. John says,
oh no,
I put my name on the driver's door, even though it's a company truck. I show the pride that's what makes a lot of difference. In fact, when I switched from when I switched from one truck to another the other day, they cleaned my door so I can put my name on it. Well, that was nice of them, John. See, that's what you call working for a good company when they allow you to put your name on the door, letting you know who you are, and it means you represent them and they respect you for doing what you do. Christy says, as a truck driver's wife, to get to meet drivers and get to know them means a lot. Pixie is a great guy. My niece says hello. And then Christy said, hello, Roy Rogers. Nothing that comes in for him recently. Nothing has come in for him recently. So,
but to go back with what John said, when I was a company driver,
yep.
I put train horns on my truck because I was driving Southern California, and them clowns down there. I'm trying to remember to be PG at least, so you don't get in trouble.
There you go.
The clowns down there in Southern California don't care. They hear the horns all the time, so I put train horns on it. And then I because I almost got run over twice bringing from Freightliner to the yard. Nobody could see the little lights, about hit me twice. So I put mud flap hanger lights on there so they're brighter.
Yep. Which really looks
a
good.
lot of, but the kids nowadays, and I say kids, men and women, have no pride in their vehicles. They're just, oh, I just work for Knight. I work for Swift. I work for JB Hunt. I work for CR England.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. The people I haul for, they got 60 trucks. Like the T680 you saw at the show, was lime green that had tailgate humps and stuff.
Yeah.
She's just a company driver. She don't own that truck. They let us do whatever they want with the trucks, on the understanding that when they sell the truck, all that work goes with it.
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer, because my grandfather taught me, my first thing I ever drove was a Browning 5 and 4 split shift deuce and a half.
All right.
Then when I got my license at 18, and I hate to admit this, 18 in California, I grew up in California, was a cab over Pete, 8-speed plus overdrive.
Yep.
My grandfather taught me, you treat the janitor like the owner and the owner like the janitor.
Yep.
So with what John was saying just a second ago, it don't matter if you're a company driver, a lease operator, or an owner operator, or who you are. If you take pride in your vehicle and take pride in what you have, even if you drove for Swift and you took pride in what you had and treated it with pride and whatnot, that's all that matters. It don't matter who you drive for. It's what's in your heart and how much pride you have. If you're just a steering wheel holder, then you know what, whatever.
Yes.
Because when I'm at truck stops and see people struggling, I'll hear people talking smack over the CB. I will get out and go actually help that person back in.
See, and that's the thing. We need more drivers like that that will actually get out and help the driver that needs that help. Because I also have a little video that I want to play since we're on that comment. And then I got someone else in the background that just popped in that wants to pop in and, pick his nose, grin from ear to ear, maybe put some wax on his head. I'm just saying. He said something about a bull snot challenge, so I'm just guessing that might be what he's trying to do. So hang on.
But
Go ahead.
But here's the difference between the steering wheel holders and people like you and me, Lefty, and Pimpin, and Trucking Unicorn, and people like that is.
Yeah, it's just like Glenn.
Here's the difference.
Glenn says, I don't own this truck, and I spend more time cleaning and messing with this truck than most owners. It is not whatever. It is the nicest truck, but I have pride in what I drive, and I wipe it down before and after every load. I do. Glenn's got a really nice ride. He really does. And it's It's a
Look,
beautiful
look.
truck.
I mean, here's the jokes. Here's the jokes, Lefty. It's an anteater. It's a curb sniffer. It's a pavement licker. It's a line licker. I mean, we can go on with the jokes about the fact that it's a gay Scadia,
Gay Skady.
but how many people can say? I mean, when you have as many people at the 75 Chrome Shop that took videos, and the people of names that come and talk to me and took photos with me of my truck,
Yep. Means you're doing
I don't
something
care.
right.
Yeah. But here's the difference between people like me and you and Pimpin' and Truckin' Unicorn and even Hot Wheels and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Here's the difference between them and these new kids. How many people would know what happened to 75 Chrome Shop and would go do like, look at that photo behind you.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me for that. I don't
No,
give
I
two
didn't.
I don't give two shits about that. We need to back you and help you because you're going through tough times. And if that's how we have to show our tough times for you, is we help rebuild a brand for you, so that way we can help you get on the feet. It don't matter if it's out of your pocket, my pocket, or anybody else that's a part of your family's pocket. We're here for you at all times, every time, because that's the difference between old school and new school.
Yeah. It definitely. And see, and that's the thing. People don't, and that's what I'm trying to get out there. While we're on, you just said old school, new school. Let me do this real quick, and then we'll come right back. But I got something for you to see. And there is other people out here that are doing this, and I just want you to see it. I believe that's.
Just like right now, I've got a new flag in the making for you. I'm waiting for it to come to the house so I can ship it to you.
Really? See, look, I don't ask him for this. This is what.
No,
This
nobody's
is
asked
all
me for
cool.
nothing.
I know.
Let me get this clear to everybody that's watching this podcast. Lefty has never asked me for nothing
No.
because Lefty is a good man he goes out there and takes videos of us drivers driving and doesn't ask for a penny. He's doing that of his own penny. So if anybody truly appreciates Lefty and loves the man, you go out and do something because you love the man, not because you think he owes you something. He don't owe me shit. The man has a heart of gold, and I know he's struggling because of what he's going through, and so I want to help him build a brand and get him back up on his feet because he's got himself and his mother to think about. If you truly love Lefty, like you said, show him the support that he deserves, not what you think he deserves.
As Christy says, every time.
Well, I know Miss Christie, so she loves you to death. So does Mr. Pimpin. So does Truckin'.
And like Roy Roger over here, Roy Granger. He is from Texas. It is Royal Ranger, I think. And John right here says, a heart of gold. John knows.
I'm
John
49 years old.
John's
I
a big
just
heart of
turned-
gold man there too.
I just turned 49 on May 7th.
But
The
damn,
first time I drove a truck was I was 14 on a Browning 5 4 fucking deuce and a half.
Nice. That's what Scott said. Scott said he did his too. So as we're getting onto that, we were talking about the old school, and I want to pull this up real quick because I want to play this. I want everybody to hear this. So,
if you got some cowboy repeats, Lefty, I might have to go take a cold shower.
Oh, geez. Hang on. This is a fellow brother from Alabama, Georgia. Listen to what he's got to ask and what he says.
Hey, man. All right, now. Hey, bro. I film us out here, man. You doing, hey, y'all.
It's dirty, man. It's dirty.
I always catch everybody dirty. What's your name, bro?
My name is Keith.
Keith?
Keith, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Lost Car 379, man. How you doing, Keith?
All right. And that's my buddy Jason.
I'm about to go see him too, man.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
This is nice. Where you going with this?
We're going down to Bonita Springs, Florida.
Virginia, where you bring it from?
Statesboro, Georgia.
Statesboro? All right. Tell me one good thing or tell these young guys, new cats, guys and girls, one thing that you wish you would told yourself or you knew back when you first started that you know now?
Well, manage your money.
Okay.
Manage your money. If you're going to get in this game, owner-operator, you got to learn how to manage your money. Because you're going to have them good weeks.
Yep.
Those good weeks, you need to put money back.
Yep.
So when the rainy day comes, when you break down,
Yep.
you have the finances to do it.
Let me go holler at your boy. That was
All right,
powerful, man. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Be
All
safe.
right. All right, man.
Thanks, Keith.
All right.
Chief, no, you hold still too. Hey, I just talked to Keith, man. Let me know something. Tell the young cats something that you wish you'd have known when you first got into it.
Well, being old school, you know, with my dad, you know, I picked up a lot from my dad and also and my oldest brother.
Yeah.
Just listen to the old school people first and foremost.
Damn.
You know, and not act like you know everything.
Damn.
And out here, you learn something every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Now, first I want to say, y'all check them out. Tuck shirt, boots, presentable shirt. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
What's your name, cousin?
Jason,
Where you out of?
Cocoa, Florida.
Cocoa, Florida? Hey, Jason, man, this is going on our page.
Okay.
So that's why I said, boom, outfit, truck look good. You have good words to tell the young people out here because they want to know and they need the guidance.
Right.
So, Jason, I thank you very much, man. I'm going to check y'all truck out. That's my truck right there, the white one.
And I'm going to tell you something. That man right there's got a lot of words. And them two drivers right there, there's two owner-operators, have a lot of wisdom to give to people. Oh, my God. It scared me. It popped in there. Oh, my God. What's up there, Mr. One and Only Tater Tot?
Just hanging in, hanging out.
I heard that.
So people understand where I came from, Lefty. I just sent you 3 pictures of what I drove in the oil field. I haven't drove a Cascadia the whole time.
No. Well, we figured that.
But for what I do, I did a live not too long ago. Lefty was not Lefty. Sorry, Lefty.
Look at
Pimpin'
that.
was.
Look at that. That's a gorgeous Pete right there. Look at that.
379, 10 inch stacks, 18 speed, heavy haul suspension.
Pretty sweet.
I was an employee. I was a company employee, and he let me do whatever I wanted. I wanted a 10 inch stacks, so I thought 10 inch stacks was the best thing. No, after being out here for a while, I realized the 8 inch stacks is actually better. But you know, I've drove 379s and cab over Pete's, and I've done stuff my whole life. But where I gotta go, and especially when I gotta go across 4 lanes of traffic very quickly.
Yep.
When I became a lease operator, they offered me a W9, T680, and a Cascadia. I've been driving a Cascadia for the company for 4 years, almost 5 years. And so when they offered me this, they said, you can do whatever you want. So I ordered this with a DD15 unchoked, a 13 speed, a sound system, and everything in it. And like I said, you've seen my truck. People have seen my truck. They know what my truck is. I don't try to hide that I drive a Cascadia. But I sit and make jokes about it with everybody else. I got a gay Scadia. I got a curb sniffer. I got an anteater. I got a line licker. I mean, I don't care. Because haters are going to hate. They're going to make fun of me for what I drive. Because I'm not the quote-unquote trucking elite. But let people do. But let the trucking elite do what I do and where I go and stuff. And, you know, and that's why when the people that I met at the Mayberry Truck Show told me, it don't matter what you drive. It's like when Mitch Bottomley says, I have the money to buy these trucks. You see what my fleet is. My fleet is T680s. I have the money to buy and make Big Daddy.
Yep, and his trucks were Cascadias too.
Yep. I mean, he supported me and he told me, go build a truck like mine with your Cascadia.
Yeah.
You've seen my truck. Everybody's seen my truck.
Yeah.
All the people that took videos, I mean, semi-casual stop and make comments on me. You know how much of a attaboy that is when semi-casual actually stops and makes comment. They didn't brush by my truck. They actually.
Then you had 18 magazine, 18 magazine. You also had
Big rigs, large cars.
Yeah.
Truck Accessories did a video of it. I'm still waiting on that video. Diesel Life did a video of it. I'm still waiting the video. But so many people. I mean, there's some big names in the trucking community at the truck show that actually stopped and come over and said, brother, they didn't say, hey, they said, brother, we never thought you could do anything with a Cascadia, and look what you did with that Cascadia.
Yep.
He said, good job. And these are some big names that come and talk to me. I'm not, it's, I'm not going to put their names out there because that's just, I don't need the attaboy and try to recognize myself. But the names that come and recognize me and stuff, that was amazing that people took the time and come said, hey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at TC, right? TC, Dragon Pixie, right?
Yeah.
All right. TC last year when he was driving for ETI, his truck.
Ooh, I love your flag, sir.
Thanks, sir.
His truck was in the Iowa 80. What was it? 10-4 magazine?
No, it was Iowa 80.
Iowa 80. His truck was the front page cover for Iowa 80. His truck was last year, and it's a company truck. It's just it's like a lot of drivers. They take pride in their ride. Right? There it is. There it is. Right there. There's his Iowa. There it is.
So, so everybody knows that 75 Chrome Shop Show is the Super Bowl or the Super Bowl or the Daytona 500 of truck shows. It's not a big truck show.
Hold up. I don't know. I don't want to put no bad blood out there, but I think Tony did a hell of a show this year. Just saying.
Well, so for me with my route, Lefty, with my route and what I do, everybody knows of the 75 Chrome Shop Show.
Yes.
But everybody knows about Tony's Trusses, large cars, and guitars.
Yes.
But that's not on my route.
No.
75 Chrome Shop is.
Yeah.
So 75 Chrome Shop is, and Janae and David from 75 Chrome Shop. So the minute Janae was getting ready to go live, she texted me and says, I'm getting ready to go live so I can register my truck and trailer as a combination unit. 5 minutes before she actually went live.
Yeah. Nice.
She wanted me to, those guys at 75 Chrome Shop wanted me to enter my show because it was a truck, it was a curb sniffer that nobody had ever seen before. It was something new.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, exactly, Glenn. That is why I put my TikTok in it, because people are always like, hey, that's a beautiful truck. Do you got any videos? Yeah, I got videos. Hey, do you got a TikTok? Yeah. That's why my TikTok is on the side of my truck now.
Yeah, so people can recognize you from the TikToks.
And it's just like, we're supposed to be a trucking family. Again,
I gotta get to this comment. Roy Rogers spoke up and said, Pimp, you will be famous one day, brother. Just not in this century. Just saying. Not in this century, brother. You got a little bit to go. I think your wife is a little more famous.
Bite me, Charles.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, is that you? Oh, I thought it said Roy Rogers. My bad.
Yeah, don't make his head get any bigger than it already is. Yeah, right.
No, it's bad enough he can't barely fit in the crane door now. He gets that door open. That's just like got a sunroof. So
hey, he ain't talking about me. He's talking about pimping, making his head get bigger where it won't get in that truck.
Hey, you want to talk about you want to talk about a person's head getting big? So I come running up on 3 cow haulers, right?
Uh-huh.
They got running on the CB. They said, hey, driver, can you slow down and come back around us and flip your lights from amber to green so we got to get a video of it. Cow haulers, the kings of the road, asked me to run by them so they could get video of my truck. I couldn't get out of my truck because my head was so big on that day.
Well, tell them how it is there, TC. You've been a bull hauler once or twice.
I usually didn't get nobody that could pass me, so it didn't matter.
I was
Hey,
fixing to
I'll tell
say
you
that,
right-
but I just shut my mouth.
Kind of hard.
Hey, TC,
I'm not
I'm-
bragging,
TC
but I am bragging.
I'll tell you, TC, this thing will do 102 without blinking.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Slow.
the last 3 that I drove. I still had one of them. Still had 1 gear to go at that speed, and the other, well, 2 of them, I had about at least 3 gears to go at that speed.
Okay, but for a curb sniffer, do a 102 and keep up with the cattlemen.
I'm gonna say I know of one that used to could run with the truck in that video. It can't any
Well,
longer.
You know,
Well,
And
But either
that
which
truck
way-
don't run. That truck don't run like it used to. After
TC,
I
But
got
for-
out of it.
for
Back
me, my grandfather's an old logging man, TC. I'm sorry if I cut you off. My grandfather's an old logging man, and he told me the number 1 person on the road is the cattleman, and then it's a tie between the loggers and the oil field. And I didn't want to fuck around. I didn't want to.
You got to throw open deck in there.
Yeah, them open deck boys will run now.
that's
Oh
right.
yeah,
They'll
Now,
get on down the road.
Now get back with TC and his 102. That's slow, young man. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you that. I hate to really blow smoke. I really.
I'm 102.
Yeah, you.
I
I know. That's what I'm saying. I hate to bust your little bitty bubble and you think that's fast, but TC will know what I'm talking about. When you get about 125, 130, there ain't no vibration no more. It's nothing but smooth sailing.
when I ran the
That's
oil
it.
field with sucker rods on the. Me and my friend were racing one day. We was doing 120 and 2 379s. Mine was a 98 and hers was a 2001.
That's this man right up here about Tigger.
Yeah. Tigger has that name for a reason. Its ass is made out of
TC,
rubber.
I left the oil.
Yeah.
TC,
I left the oil field in 2015.
I pulled chemicals. I was going across Arizona, New Mexico, Arizona. Anyway, one of them. And this little voice come on the radio saying, "Truck, get out of that lane." I'm like, there ain't nobody around me. All of a sudden, you see these headlights doing this. Do you know that little bitty 5'2" woman, when I climbed in behind her and hauled ass, my truck couldn't keep up. He was gone.
I used to come across to Arizona. I had a dedicated run, went from Simpsonville, South Carolina to Cerritos. And then
Oh, exactly what Streeter said that.
pull Crowback.
Run. Go ahead.
And there used to be an old boy, had a black flat top Freightliner. And Pimpin was on here. He could tell you, I can't remember his handle to save my life, but it was his.
You ain't talking about Shaker, are you?
Yeah, I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, Shaker
Black.
and yep.
Had a black flat top Freightliner,
Mhm.
FLD 132 flat top.
Mm-hmm.
His truck, his trailer,
Mm-hmm.
his tanks, his wheels, his visor,
Mhm.
everything was painted stealth black. He had 30 set. Now this was in the 90s. He had $35,000 in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
His truck was undetectable. He had a 6 and a 5 with a 2-speed Brownie behind that.
He'd run
Man,
mostly
no
I-10, right?
Mm-mm.
I
Run
He runs
10,
the most-
20, and 40.
I've
10, 20, and
I've
40.
I've never met the man, but I've seen that truck before. I've seen it. And that truck will get down and shake the tail feathers out of somebody.
Well,
Me
back
and
in the 90s,
Pimpin,
like Go
me
ahead,
and
TC, I'm
Pimpin was
sorry, buddy.
coming across the I-40 one night, and me and him run together all the time. We'd hook up and we was going from Needles to Barstow one night, and the truck I had at the time I got caught at 127 miles an hour. Okay. So we was getting jiggy with it coming across through there. It was about 2:00 in the morning, nice moonlit night, and the trucks shook when he come by us. We didn't even see him. He turned the headlights out and the marker lights out, and we didn't even see him. It was just went. And we was running about 120, 125 at that time.
Well, reason why you didn't see Shaker go across Arizona and New Mexico anymore, because when he hit the Arizona line, his truck would go on rail until it got on the other side of New Mexico. He was not allowed to drive in them two states because, like TC said, there ain't no truck. My dad ran with him one time. And when they got them numbers way up there, my dad backed out of it, says, and watched him just fade off in the.
Me and Kelly finally caught him. He had done got his truck washed at Little Sisters in Barstow.
So when I left the oil
We got
field
there.
when I left the oil field in Wyoming and I started running some of them routes, and especially down there, they were told. I was told. Now, like I said, I never met the man. I saw him one time out there on I-10. I was told he's called the Ghost because he could move so fast you'll never see him. You'll blink and he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
The
name is Shaker.
Yep.
There was
Yeah.
another guy, and I can't remember his name. They run together all the time. There was two of them.
The other one had a 379 flat top. It was black.
Yep. I just can't remember his name.
Can't either.
It'll come to me later. But yeah,
We
them
old.
two boys.
So
Them old.
Uh,
they are. I think they both retired now. If I
Oh
remember
yeah,
right.
they've long retired. Last I heard, Shaker's truck was sitting in a field in southern Alabama.
Yeah. Now,
now, I mean,
Sell it.
before you get running, Lefty, your stuff is done. Your stuff is done.
all right.
So we've got trucker hats and hats like I like, and we've got 2 work shirts done.
All right.
So I will send you pictures, and as soon as everybody's ready, we need to build a website, and once we get the website built,
Yeah.
the net is going to run it for you.
All right.
But we're not trying to step on any toes. I'm not trying to step on any toes. So please, people, don't think I'm trying to step on any toes I am trying to build a website and get clothing apparel going because I'm trying to help Lefty. Lefty has not asked me for anything. No, Lefty's not wanted anything from me. I'm trying to do this because the man is a heart of gold and is a beautiful man, and I'm trying to help him because he's in tough times right now and he needs the help.
Well, I got one for you.
Yeah, I just got my new built. Hold on, let's see if I got it.
I got a good one for you. I come off the road because I got joint custody of my son. That's the reason I laid all my trucks down.
Hey Scott, how you like the new built?
God
you're gonna
almighty,
make me
son.
sick, Lefty.
$10,000.
Yeah, it's only $600 off from being 10 grand. That was my newest bill. I just got that. On
But
Wednesday.
but I want everybody to know I'm not trying to step on anybody's dick. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm doing this because I want to build a clothing apparel line that I can build to donate to Lefty's fucking cause because the man needs help.
Well, that's what
Anybody that knows Lefty and fucking loves Lefty knows what I'm talking about. Because if you're close with Lefty, you know the struggles he's going through. And I'm not, like I said, please don't anybody think I'm trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm building this line like the picture that's behind him right now. I'm building this line so I can build.
That man,
I'm trying to build something
daily now. It used to be once every several months, but now he sees me daily.
That's what it was trying to get to, Lefty.
Yeah.
I come off road because I got joint custody of my son. I tried to do a semi-local thing that's how Tigger got brought in the whole deal.
Yeah.
I called him. I tried to do a work from home thing. My PTSD would not allow it.
No.
Just the stress level was way too high. Called this man and I said, hey, I'm in a bad way. And he could hear it in my voice. He's like, what's wrong? Why you're not you? I said, are you at the shop? He said, yep. I said, I'm on my way. This man got me a job. He stuck his neck out and got me a job.
Suck it up, TC.
I'm trying, brother. I'm trying.
Suck it up, TC.
That man right there is one of very few people that I can literally count on one hand. And then one of them is my wife that has helped me with my struggle. I can call him. It don't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It don't matter.
Lefty is one of the first people when I was at the 70s. Him and the girl who was there were the first people to believe in me. He said, don't let nobody destroy your dreams. Be who you are and do what you want. So when I went to the 75 Chrome shop and he finally told me what was going on, and he didn't ask me for help. Let me make this perfectly clear. Lefty has never asked me for any kind of help. The design to sit behind you, he didn't ask me to do this. I did this of my own thing. Hey, Lefty, what would you like for it to look at? What would you like to look at? He sent me some things. I sent it to my designer and said, hey, what can you do with this? That picture behind you is what my designer built for him because I want to help the man that helps everybody else. And he goes out and does videos. He goes out and does videos at shows and asking for no money. Nobody gives him any money. Nobody gives him nothing. He goes and films us driving down the roads and posts it on TikTok, Snapchat, everything like that, and doesn't ask for nothing. You know, if you truly love Lefty like we all say we do, and we come watch his podcast and stuff, you'll do things. And like I said, I'm not looking for attaboys. All I'm asking for some help to help support me, to help support him. The clothing line is done. The samples are done. And once I can send them to Lefty and he can put them on his webpage or whatever, I've got a flag that's in the making so he can change and put a new flag up there in the background. Once those done, all I'm asking everybody that truly loves him and supports him to get a hold of me or get a hold of Lefty, and let's show the man support and help him through these tough times. That's all I'm asking. I don't want no money. I don't want no recognition. I don't want nobody ever say that Lefty did this because of me. I don't want that. I just want fucking Lefty to be taken care of and helped because he's going through tough times right now.
And that's why I have good friends right here. Right here. Even Boy Rogers up there. I had to put a smile on your face. I could have said the man that's older than dirt, but I didn't say that. I said Boy Rogers.
PC, if
Yeah,
you see him
but I mean-
tomorrow at work, I want you to put your foot in his butt, okay?
Oh, I will.
Okay,
But
thank you.
He'll get to work before I will. I guarantee you that.
Oh, well.
But he might see me after work. But he'll get there before I will because it's, I have that, that issue of.
Shut up,
getting
John
the
Priest.
arms
I ain't no grandpa.
Yeah, he is. There he is right there. You're the two veterans I have on this show, so I don't want to hear it, Scott. That one right there, John Freese is 45 years veteran truck driver. Scott's been right there at 42, 45, somewhere in there.
No,
You got a
legally-
picture?
No, wait. Are we talking legally or legally and non-legally?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm 49 and I started when I was 14.
I've put it this way: I've had my license when it was a chauffeur's license.
Yep.
That was back when
I
they were
think-
giving out stamps to ride the Western Express. Horse and buggy.
No, John Priest, you ain't older than me.
Are you sure about that? I think
Think
John
so.
is
I
older.
think
Wait, I think John Priest
I
is
think it was
older
the-
than me. I'm sorry.
it was a year or 2 years after I got my license. I'm gonna hate to have to admit this. I'm gonna have to say this out loud. But I think it was a year or 2 years after I got my license in California at 18. It went from chauffeurs to CDL.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Do I now? Run that by me again?
So I grew up in California. I left when I was 18, and I got my chauffeur's license. And I think it was a year or 2 years after I got it, they went to commercial driver's license.
You still a baby.
I know. I'm only 49.
You're still a baby. I'm 57.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Lefty's shown many a times the heavy hauls that you've done, and I have mad respect for you. It's just like I see what you do still, and my hat's off to you.
Yeah.
Mm.
The
don't
only
do it
thing,
no
the only
more.
thing the only thing he does now is he drives his grocery wagon to the work and then back home, back to work, back to home. But don't let it
But-
fool you though.
I sit there and operate them little handles back and forth. That's all I do.
But-
Me
but
swing
like-
right, up,
Hey,
boom up, boom
Scott.
down.
Hey Scott,
But like I,
John put it up there.
but
for
like
you.
I was saying, everybody is listening. You want Left Lane with Lefty apparel that I've designed with Lefty's approval. Get a hold of Lefty. Get a hold of me because it goes online tomorrow. We've already got the samples done. I'm gonna send Lefty the samples, and they're not stitched. The hats are stitched, but the shirts, the hoodies, and all that stuff are going to be screen printed, and it goes online tomorrow. So anybody that wants something, please get a hold of Lefty or me, so we can show Lefty's support and help him through these tough times, you guys.
Oh, hold on. I gotta
Shut
put
up,
this-
Charles. Don't say a word.
I didn't.
You had to do it. You,
Yes, I did.
you
What?
Hold on. All right. So on that note, we're going to change subjects because now we're going to get in. We're done with the reminiscing. Now this happened in Georgia. We all been knowing. We've been hearing about these booting deals, right? It's been
Oh,
going
fucking
on.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. You've been hearing about them. We've been talking about them. So I got something for you. Here you go. Here's something you'll really, really appreciate because I think this is a good step in this direction. And then we'll talk
Is that-
about it.
Is that the 19
Oh,
trucks that just got
no, there we go.
booted, Lefty?
Arrest for targeting truck drivers with a booting scheme. Police say that Jahid Israel put illegal boots on trucks while the truck driver was asleep inside. He then charged the drivers hundreds of dollars to just remove the boot he just put on. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez live in South Fulton County where she tracked down some victims. Ty?
Justin, I want to show you what police say this suspect was doing. So he would wait for the drivers to fall asleep in their trucks, parked along this curb here. He would walk up to the tires closest to the curb, put one boot on each of these 2 tires, then wake the drivers up and tell them they had to pay him hundreds of dollars to take the boots off. Well, it worked until one driver felt like something wasn't right and called police.
What are the keys to those boots?
South Fulton police arrested Jadil Israel for pretending to work for a company that boots truck drivers who park illegally. When police searched Israel, they also found a gun. I spoke to 2 victims on the phone because they're both truck drivers and were already back on the road. They told me what happened Sunday morning.
But 3:45 in the morning, I heard somebody tapping on the side of the truck. Tell you, we got a boot on your truck. You got to pay before I can take this boot off.
The price, $575. One victim decided to call Clean Energy, the company that allows drivers to fill up their trucks, then park and rest on their property. We launched Newsdrone 2 to show you how their parking lot fills up so they allow drivers to park along the curbs. I called the company and they said they would never boot drivers. When that victim called police Sunday morning, investigators learned there were more victims who did actually pay the money. A different victim told me his company paid Israel $750.
The other driver started talking. He said, "You can't do that. That's like homeless hostages because you got stuff on our truck." He said, "Nah, it's on the way y'all from. This is Georgia. We do what we want down here."
Israel is now facing 2 charges, theft by deception and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Police did not have to look far to find Israel. He was parked in this white truck, sleeping in the same parking lot where he was booting drivers.
Something told me, I was like, man, let me make sure he's still in the area because he waiting for these folk to call. Let me just drive through the truck stop, and there he was, lo and behold.
Now, at first, this suspect told police that he worked for the city of South Fulton. Then he changed it and said he worked for the city of Atlanta. Police believe he was only working for himself. They also found out he had a warrant out of Clayton County for a failure to appear on a traffic citation.
Imagine that.
That's like that whole deal up there in Brea, Kentucky that was going on back yonder at the Walmart.
Yeah,
that's the same deal.
Like where they hit the truck stop and they were slashing tires.
Yeah, or the fact that I can't remember if it was a truck stop or somewhere where just recently, because even on TikTok, 19 drivers got window booted for parking after they got permission. 19 drivers.
That's part of that same ring deal there. Yeah, they found out that there is a ring going on, and the way that situation was going, if you go actually to their newscast and you can actually read up on it, it's actually he's actually giving himself out, trying to how do you want to call it? He's trying to be one of those testify to get himself a cheaper sentence. Yeah.
Oh, fucking rat, fucking snitch, fuck them.
Family show.
Sorry, Lefty.
No, you're good. I know you're so used to it, but I know we are a bunch of truckers, but we are also doing a family show too. I do have young kids that do watch this show from the ages of 6 to 15. So
I did 18 years because of people that couldn't keep their mouth shut and wanted to turn me in. So I get a little hyped up too quick and don't think before my mouth overrides my Rottweiler mouth overrides my Chihuahua butt.
Yep. As Susan says, what a real jokester. Yep. They are. They've been pulling this kind of crap here lately, and it's a good thing that, drivers are finally paying attention and calling in on them and finding out, making sure that they ain't sitting there doing that crap. Josh says, I might be the baby here at 34, but I bet I drive the longest truck here. I like Josh. Josh is cool, but he's driving a train. You got to figure Australia with the long train.
Is he driving a B train or an A train?
I think it's a B train. Yep.
Yeah, he drives a B.
Holy smoke, that's long.
Yeah.
Well, mine was only one. I think the longest I ever was 168, 168.
He says road train. Yeah, road train.
Road train. Yeah.
Work train, yeah, they're 150 or 160. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, road train, yeah. They're about 160. Yeah, it's 248s or 253s. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's something like that. They're long. They're long.
Yeah, they're long and heavy.
So on that situation, but it's finally good that they're actually catching these guys, putting these boots on there, and it's about time they start getting drivers actually start getting it on there and going after these guys and calling and verifying. And then, you know, if it don't feel right, don't look right, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be sitting there putting, calling the cops and having them come out there and check anyways, just to verify, you know, and that's the way to do it. John says, how about the drivers that had the flat tires after somebody went through with an electric drill bit with a bit and drilled into them and put holes in all their tires? Yeah, I've seen that too. That was the one done up in Kentucky.
That one driver that had 16 holes in his vehicle.
Yeah, 16 holes in his tires. Yeah.
Well, it's like all the thefts down here in Florida. It's like I've really been nervous. Like today, I was nervous to go take a shower and do laundry because I didn't want to come back and see that Loki and my truck was gone.
Yeah. Where were
Don't
you at?
never leave your keys in your truck in the state of Florida. I don't care where you're at.
Oh yeah, anytime I come out, I got to lock out on the trailer, I got to lock out on the truck, and I got to lock out on my airlines.
Yeah, he's making sure he don't go nowhere. Yeah. And then we got the other news story. Josh Bolton says, I put up a video on Left Lane with Lefty. They are trailing road trains, 4 trailers at 61 meters long, which is 200 feet. Yeah.
That's long.
Ooh, good Lord, that's long.
Yeah.
168. Probably 168, 170 with 500,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Lefty knows what I do, but it's like with what I do is stuff. There's a lot of money in the trailer, and it's just like I get really, especially if I've heard lately that Florida's doing it. I get really nervous with leaving my truck for too long because, man, I'm responsible for the truck and trailer because I own both of them. If something happens, yeah, I'm under their insurance because I lease to them. But if something happens, it comes out of my pocket if it comes up missing.
Ooh, where'd that come from?
Hey.
I
don't know. You did that.
I don't know. There's some secret evidence popping out somewhere. I'm just saying.
What you mean? What you mean? That?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Or that?
Hey, how you doing? I was giving you the old trucker salute there, buddy. I was just letting you know you were number one.
Hey, that's the California salute, telling you number one.
That's right.
No, that's just because I had to teach him how to do that right there. What's in my hands because he wrecked his.
Oh,
I've got some incriminating photos on my phone from January.
I don't know.
You just leave your phone right where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
How much longer are you gonna? How much longer are you gonna be on, Lefty? The boss is calling. She wants to talk to me.
Go ahead and answer the boss. We're gonna be on here for a little bit longer, and then we're getting off.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right.
Hey, Charles.
Yeah.
DC wants to be like that. I can do this. Watch. Oh,
yeah, he can play with that button too.
Oh.
Hey, but what's funny there, TC? Look, hey, I can do that too. Just saying. So, but he can't shut me up, though. That's the problem. Well, I know how to fix that too. See, watch this.
Don't.
Wee, how you doing? Now you on the bottom. See, we can work that way. See, I can go that way, or I can go that way. But let's get into this real quick on this. Which one do you want to do? You want to do the EPA, or you want to do the EPA on the new electric truck proposal, or do you all want to do the Texas-based company that just filed for Chapter 11?
Let's not talk about the EPA and let's not talk about the battery operated truck.
Are you sure? Because I'm telling you, there's some really good news in that.
I don't see nothing good coming from that.
Oh well, hold on.
Thank you.
Hold on. Here we go. Well,
thank you, TC.
You know what? This is my show. We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna go just like this, and we're gonna boom, cha-chang, cha-chang, cha-chang. There it is. Voila. How you like that? See, there it is. Look at that. You read that? You can read that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into that.
Yeah, they can't figure out, they can't justify the up
Yeah,
cost.
hold on. Yeah, well, here we go.
See it circling over there.
Conservative options opposing in the industry pushback can put regulations from meeting to lawfully goals. All right, so as you can see, there's the fueling stations. Yep. We're going to listen to the article. So, ready? Here we go.
Can EPA's electric truck proposal survive political scrutiny? An all-electric truck future by 2045 could face serious roadblocks. This story is part of a series concerning California's impending regulations on zero-emissions vehicles, which have the potential to upend the American trucking industry. You can follow along with the stories here. Washington political and economic realities are already setting roadblocks in front of the Biden administration's Phase 3 truck rule that could make it difficult to hit the regulation's lofty targets. Citing California's Advanced Clean Trucks (ACT) rule as support, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is imposing strict new standards on the trucking industry, with varying estimates on costs for both truck manufacturers and truck buyers. See charts below. Specifically, EPA is proposing stronger carbon dioxide standards for model year 2027 trucks that go beyond the current standards that apply under EPA's Phase 2 rule. It is also proposing an additional set of CO2 standards that would begin to apply in model year 2028, with progressively lower standards each model year through 2032. By 2045, new trucks available for sale must be zero-emission vehicles, a goal that can be reached only by electric vehicles, EVs, powered by battery or hydrogen fuel cell. First mover cost. The trucking industry, both big carriers and owner-operators, wasted no time in imposing the rule shortly after it was published on April 27. Cost has been emphasized as a big impediment. A new all-electric costs over $400,000 today versus a new diesel truck in the $150,000 range. In addition, charging times are too long, which eats into federal hours of service rules. The batteries weigh a lot, which puts early adopters at a disadvantage with other carriers in the amount of cargo they can haul and still be in compliance with highway weight limits. We operate in a market economy, so if we were to buy 200 new electric trucks, it would not only cost us a lot of money, chances are we also would not be able to pass that on to our customers because most of the rest of the industry is still running older equipment. Lawrence Cox, Vice President of Sustainability for Aliquippa, Pennsylvania-based PGT Trucking, told Freight Waves. Somewhere down the road, yes, the rates we charge customers will creep up, but not initially. Owner-operators are even more wary of the regulation. The Phase 3 rule is a blatant attempt to force consumers into purchasing electric vehicles while a national charging infrastructure network remains absent for heavy-duty commercial trucks. Louis Pugh, Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association Executive Vice President, told lawmakers at a supply chain hearing on Capitol Hill on May 10. Professional drivers are skeptical of EV costs, mileage range, battery weight and safety, charging time, and availability. It's baffling that the EPA is pushing forward with more impractical emissions timelines without first addressing these overwhelming concerns. Joe Rojkovics, Director of Governmental Affairs for the Western States Trucking Association, underscored the lack of coordination in crafting the rule between EPA and agencies that oversee the electricity grid that will be needed to provide the power for the new trucks.
I don't see how that's going to work.
I was watching it on the news day before yesterday. And
what's up, Joe? What's up, brother? Good to see you.
they're looking at it's going to be $1 trillion turnover.
Yeah, that's the reason why they're hitting
Everybody
it up with so many
to
roadblocks.
upgrade.
They're putting roadblocks up for it before they can even get it started. That's why I said that's a good news, which means they're trying to put the phase 3 out of commission before it even starts.
I just, like I said, what are the charging times that they're looking at for these? Because I know that those little Teslas, cars and stuff, they take forever to charge. So what's
Yeah,
it
they
going to
do.
be for a truck that's going to need, we're just saying, enough juice to do an average of 600 miles a day?
Yeah.
Well, plus you've got to run everything in that truck at night for that while it's charging for that driver to be comfortable.
Yeah, well, it's like John says. How about the electric grid that it's not up to par to be able to charge these trucks in the short running distance between all the stops to energize the batteries? And John's right. They even said that they're trying to push it, and they don't even have the electrical grid nowhere near ready for them. Nowhere near ready for them.
Well, they said it
was
was.
Then look, Pepsi just announced. I mean, I've seen it on their website. They put it up already. Pepsi's pissed. The Tesla trucks with a full load is only getting 100 to 120 miles, and the battery dies, and they're having to tow the truck to go the rest of the distance.
Another thing you got to look at too, you get all these truck stops. How many of these charging stations they going to put in? They're going to put in 50 to 100 of them?
No, they're only going to put in in between 5 and 10. So that means everybody's going to be fighting for the damn. We'll be fighting for the line. Ain't that right, John? They'll be fighting for the line.
Lord Santa Claus left the chat. Old Big John has cleaned up.
Yeah,
What do you mean cleaned up?
I think he found a weed eater in a hedge trimmer.
You know, I did that haircut myself. See?
Hey, it looks good in the back.
You need to get you one like mine, Big John.
You know, I was afraid to cut it that short because I got a pretty rough head.
He don't want to show
What's
all
the matter there, Scott?
Fixing to crawl my butt in bed.
Battle scars.
Yeah, I am too, Scott. Don't feel bad. That 4:30 bail comes real early.
Yeah, I know.
Some of us has to be at work before 8 o'clock.
Some of us didn't get home until 4:30 in the morning either before you got a nap.
Yeah, see. And Glenn says, I want one of those electric trucks to blow bubbles out of the pipe.
I don't see how that's going to work.
Glenn and his Volvo.
No one run Teddy Bear over with a lawnmower.
See?
Something. Yeah. I don't know how it's going to work neither, John. I really don't. They're even admitting themselves that the electrical grid is nowhere near in the next 15 years ready to even start pushing for electrical trucks.
The thing I saw was 14% more draw than the current grid can handle.
Yeah.
Well, they were 30 years behind, and this was just a couple years ago. 30 years behind on being able to get the grid where it should be. That's before all this came into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
30 years.
They're gonna have to revamp it all to be able to do it.
But
That's
no,
where
but
the
we're spending
$1
all our money
trillion
and putting
comes
it into
in.
5G because we need 5G more than we need electrical grid.
So they can control us
Just
easier.
saying.
By the way, I finally got 5G here at the house. It just happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? I mean, you're getting 5G, but we ain't getting the electrical grid upgraded. But if
Nope.
they did it, I guarantee you, 75% of the country they still have older homes, and their electrical system is not upgraded.
That's
So
right.
if you upgrade the electrical system, everybody's going to have to upgrade their the electrical in their houses. Look at the money that's going to be forked out just to even do that.
Well, look at my house and your house, Charles.
Yeah, my house was
I
built.
mean,
in
mine was built in 72.
And my electrical was upgraded in 2000. I think it was 2011 is when it was upgraded.
See, mine went upgraded when we built on in 1991.
Yeah, see.
From
We
what
went from a 100 amp box to a 200 amp box.
Right. But what I found out, they have to have, what is it, 240, and they have to go to 480. 480 is a commercial grade to be able to do it on a short term of 30-minute cycle.
Yeah, it's three phase.
Yeah. 240, it would take you almost 8 to 10 hours to charge up a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
exactly.
aunt has an electric Jeep, and if she plugs hers into the box that came with her Jeep, okay, she has to use the 240 outlet. Just her Jeep takes 8 hours to charge from empty. A Jeep.
Yep.
Now, what's that going to be with the full size version?
Semi truck.
And that's actually that Jeep, and that Jeep's on 220. That Jeep charger's on 220.
Right.
So they're talking 240 is actually 220. So basically, if they go to 440, and your house is, let's see, your house is 200 amp.
You got to
They
double
got a 400 amp service.
No, it's going to have to be bigger than that.
Well, that's what a normal 480 is, 400 amp.
Yeah,
right. But if they have multiple charging stations, they're going to have.
They're going to have phase 3 power. They're going to have to run phase 3 on everything they got.
Yep. 480 would give you a three phase system.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what we use.
Electric bill for a phase 3. Electric bill for a phase 3 is ungodly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to put 3-phase down there in my shop. That way I could upgrade to a commercial welder and a plasma cutter.
Yeah.
That way I could do my fabrication stuff. It was going to cost me $20,000 just for the drop.
Yeah.
From to bring it to the road to my garage. That's not including the 400 amp service, and it would have to be on a separate service, and I'd have to pay a separate bill for it. But it was 20 grand.
That's the grid work to get it there. And that's the problem. They're 30 years behind.
Yeah.
I'll be dead.
And how much is your aunt's? How much is your aunt's electric bill with the Jeep being plugged in for 8 hours?
It's about $300 a month. It doubled.
The guy was telling me that it cost him $35 to charge a system
one
for
time.
his car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that just depends on which power company you're with, because like here, XL, we're so godly high, we're almost half again higher than the normal company that's on the other side of the street.
That's the same way it is here in Greene County, where me and Charles lives. His electric company, my light bill run, and it's just 90% of the time, it's just me and Keisha here. our light bill this month was $250.
Yeah. So you imagine if your electric bill is $250, double that. So now your electric bill, if you had that added, to be somewhere around $550, almost $600.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a paycheck just to pay your electric bill. In
Mhm.
at some places, it would be a paycheck.
Mhm. Well, that's a week's worth of work for Keisha.
Yeah. Yeah. It's work all that week just to pay the electric bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's put this in for a truck driver like me. My rent went up $100 a month. My electric bill doubled over last year, and I got 2 cents a mile raise.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now stop and think. How does that equal out? It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It don't.
I mean, Keisha, she works from home. She's got a good job for around here. You know, $17 an hour ain't nothing to sneeze at.
No.
Around here. And, I work with Charles, and I'm not going to disclose that because I'm sure there's some from our company that follows us.
Yeah.
But I have a good job. And we scrape because everything's went up. We've got a 14-year-old boy that's literally eating us out of house and home. And the groceries just keep going up and up and up and up.
Yep.
I don't know how people that have little kids that, multiple children are doing it around here in our neck of the woods. I don't know how they're doing it.
I don't either.
It's all over PC. It's all over the United States like that, dude.
Yeah. And you got to remember, with me now, see where I was able to save a little. Now I don't even get to save a little. Now I'm spending more than what I was able to save for the fuel going every month, or if they go back to the 3-week deal. So now I'm going to be spending fuel every 3 weeks to do 200 miles to do these treatments. And then I got to pay $50 for the visit, and then so I'm already looking at $200 just for the day out of pocket that I don't get back. I don't have nothing else to do with that. That's $200 clean across the board. Now that they got me on the other, it's another $50. So now it's $250 out of my pocket for that day, every 3 weeks or every 4 weeks, depending on when I have their visits. Then on top of that, me going to work, and now I'm losing a day, so I'm losing a day in pay. So, yeah, I'm spending more, losing pay, and it's been tough. It's been tough trying to make ends meet here.
Well, that's the reason that, I have extended that olive branch even more now that.
Yeah. And
because I know how much you're struggling.
Yeah.
I see it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Here's the other side about that whole thing with them batteries. Now they were talking about a car, and I would say that the truck's going to be very similar. In a car, all it takes is one cell in one of those cells in the car, which there's many cells in that battery in that car.
Yep.
It is $30,000 if just one cell goes bad in there. That battery is junk. They can't even go in there and fix that battery or anything else. $30,000, and they have to jack the car chassis up off the frame to take the battery system out of there and put a new one in. $30,000. Now, you tell me where that's 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road. How is that feasible?
It's not going to be.
More than the car.
Yep.
And then you look at the trucks. All right. So now the trucks, where you have the battery capacity of the car, all right, which is two giant cells like that. Well, the trucks actually have 4 giant deep cells like that. But there's 4 deep cells. They're twice the size of the car battery, and there's 4 of them.
Yep.
And one of them goes bad, you can imagine that's $70,000, $80,000. They can go buy a used truck that runs off of diesel for that.
Right.
instead of replacing the battery.
But
Here's
it's
what
all
I
about
do about this
control.
whole picture. It's just like buying tires on a truck. You know, on Michelin tires on a pickup, I used to take the miles, divide that by the cost of the tire, and figure out what it cost me per mile to run that particular tire. I had people tell me that Firestones were a better tire, so they were running Firestone. I says, okay, how's that figure out per mile? What they need to do is the same type of thing. You buy that car, what's it cost for that car? How many miles can you get out of that car?
Yep.
What's the cost factor is, and then start dividing out to find out, are you saving any money? Because I don't see the savings.
No, I don't either. But there ain't.
And it costs you more to charge that electric vehicle than a tank of fuel will cost you.
Hang on a minute. Tesla semi battery capacity is 500 miles, 1.7 kilowatt an hour.
And I'm going
which
to tell you right
equals
now,
about 850 kilowatt batteries, 1.7 kilowatt. 8 comes from Elton Musk making statement on Twitter. Tesla did a 500-mile range test on a Tesla semi back in January. So you're looking at the batteries, they're going to have 5 or 6 battery packs, not just one battery.
Yeah.
How many packs are in a battery? So, and then you're looking at 505 kilograms each battery weighs. So that's what, 150 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
We already figured it out. The truck, the cab and tractor is almost twice as much weight with the batteries in there.
Yeah, that's what they were saying on the thing that I was playing. That they were trying to figure out how to get it back down underweight so they can actually haul weight with it.
Right.
Pepsi-Cola's got 10 of them just in this region, and they're having issues already. The truck was only going 120 miles and the battery was dead on a full charge, pulling a load.
It's saying right here, one battery pack does 90 kWh. So that's about 540 kWh total energy. I don't see and go 500 miles. That's just on a flatland. That's not up a hill.
Yeah, that ain't
down a
around
hill.
here and stop and go traffic, and
it's not winter time.
Yeah, which is gonna kill your battery.
Yep.
Especially up there where you're from, John.
They never make it up here.
No. And then you got to figure, you're going, just your normal truck. You've got about half capacity on your starting if it drops below 20 degrees.
And see, you look at it this way, like what John's doing and what everybody else used to do. I mean, on an 11-hour period, you can do 760 miles with no problem. 708. If you push, you can do
780.
About 780. Yeah. They're only going to do 500 miles on each charge.
From what I'm hearing, they're not even getting the 500 miles, Scott. They're getting less than that.
Yeah, that's what Charles was saying. That
You're echoing, Charles.
Hold on.
That they're getting like 100. The ones that's right here in our region are getting like 120 to 130 miles, and then they're having to tow them back to Pepsi-Cola to get, because they don't have enough charge to make their route.
Let's see here.
Everything looks better on paper than it actually will do. You know that, Scott.
It always has.
Yep.
The engineers can make it look the way they want it to look.
Now here on Google, it's saying, how long does it take to charge an electric truck? With less than 2 kWh per mile of energy consumption, semi can travel 500 miles on a single charge, recover up to 70% of range in 30 minutes. There ain't no way.
No,
ain't no way. They ain't no way.
No, it's
And the biggest thing is they're going to charge $250,000-$300,000 for a battery operated truck.
well the news thing that I saw that was they were doing it in the Senate and the House up there was having a thing up there. The guy was quoting $390,000 per truck.
Yep. I seen the same thing.
Okay, I thought I was right, John. It's $390,000 per truck. That's over double.
Of what you can get a your standard
Cascadia.
680.
Cascadia.
Yeah, or Cascadia 680 or with 550 in it,
Yeah, they're quoting those at 150 to 160, in that meeting.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it. I don't see and then he asked the guy, he said, well, where's these costs going to roll down to? He said, the consumer, just like he didn't care.
Yep. They think that we're going to be able to pass this all down to the consumer when the consumer can't even afford the food they're buying right now.
So say the consumer can't keep up now.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. I just had one of the viewers send me a video, and this is what's going on in Australia. We're going to pull it up real quick and get your opinions. Ready?
Here in South Australia, an electric triple road train to soon transport minerals up to 400 kilometres on a single charge. The 12-month trial set to revolutionise hauling across the country.
While trucks usually have a loud roar, this one has more of a gentle hum. The world's first electric triple road train soon to hit South Australian roads, hauling 170 tonnes worth of minerals from Carrapateena Mine to Whyalla Port. The 12-month trial, a partnership between 3 Australian companies to support decarbonisation.
This is important for the Australian market and it is unique. And obviously, if we're trying to decarbonise, this is the way to do it.
The truck retrofitted at a cost of $200,000. Its diesel engine ripped out, replaced by a powerful battery capable of travelling up to 400 kilometres on one charge.
It's no different to a diesel truck. It will pull the same equivalent weight. It's got the same horsepower as a diesel truck. It's got more newton metres of torque, so it's 720 horsepower.
South Australia selected for the trial because of its strong renewable grid. A battery recharging and replacement station installed at Port Augusta as part of the program.
We can re-energise the truck in less than 4 minutes. We swap the batteries out with a forklift and then the spare batteries sit and charge while the truck continues on its journey.
Those involved in the trial are so confident it'll be a success, 250 more are already on order, set to roll out across Australia.
The technology works. It's more of a trial in real-world applications to validate range, those sorts of things in its real-world applications.
There's a series of unknowns that will have to be worked through, but again, really confident that we're going to get a great outcome.
The truck will embark on its first journey in 2 weeks' time. Sam Mills, 9 News.
First journey.
They're talking about just swapping it out like a DeWalt grill.
Yeah, swapping the batteries out in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then let the other one stay there and charge. No,
But
that
400 kilometers ain't but 248 miles.
Right.
249.
Well, 249 miles. It was
Yeah.
248 point something.
So you figure every 250 miles they're going to be swapping batteries out.
You can't even that ain't even here to Nashville.
No, and you have to swap the batteries out.
And if you think about it, a battery on a Tesla car is over $25,000-$30,000. Just imagine what these batteries.
You're looking at $100,000 for another
See what
battery.
those batteries work. Those are big old metal containers on the back that have to be picked up with a forklift. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You got to remember the forklift's going to be battery too. So let's pray and hope that it don't do this and go, and that's it.
You're right. You're right.
Usually what they go do, change it out with a diesel powered forklift.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you guys all been noticing what I've been noticing? You've seen all these warehouses that are popping up along the freeway system?
Yeah, and they're also popping up along the railroads, left and right.
Yep, they are.
They're gonna make us warehouse hop.
Yep.
And you want me to tell you something else? The way California's going right now, they're going to build 2 warehouses, one on 40 and one on 10.
They've been
Spokane's
talking
got
about that for years, though.
That
they have just
no,
built
they
3
they are going to do it, and they're going to have the trucks that are not allowed to go into California. That's where they go, and then California drivers, whoever they get, they got to pay another rate from there to wherever they got to go in California.
Yep.
Yep.
See, they was
They're
talking about
eliminating-
that there at Lake Havasu, right there just across Freedom River, right there on 40. They was talking about that years ago when I was hauling chicken out there. Back
They
when
was talking
fuel
about
went
that
to,
back in the 90s.
That's what I was talking about back in the late 90s, back when
Yep.
I was running out there.
Well, back in the 90s, we used to haul turkeys out from Minnesota out to Colorado. They take them off at Colorado. I don't know what they did with them. Rewrapped them, put them back in the truck, took them to California, unload, and to put turkeys back on at California, coming right back to Minnesota just to get that price up on the turkeys. It was 50 cents a pound back then.
Hold on. That's it.
Buy
Buy
5 trucks and get a forklift
forklift
free.
What?
Buy 5 trucks and get a forklift free.
for free. But they used to do the same thing with us. I'd pick up out here either, down here at Marstown, down here at Chicken down here, or Chicken over at House of Rayford over in Greenville, South Carolina, and go to Shelton Poultry in Compton. They unload fresh cut chicken off the truck. I go to Ontario or Fontana, get washed out, go right back, pick up packaged chicken, coming back.
Yeah.
Well, we used
I never
to pick
understood it.
We used to pick
You know
up
what I never
size.
understood? Picking up oranges out of Florida, taking them to California, going up and grabbing more oranges and bringing them back to Florida.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like we pick up them thighs down there in North Carolina, haul them up to Minnesota to debone them. That they could have probably done it right there in the manufacturer, and then be repackaged in another location after we take them to another location.
Well, that's like the cattle industry. If anybody knows me, knows I'm a big cow hauler. Always have been. We're going to grow them over here till they get so big. Then we're going to take them plumb to Colorado to let them grow some more.
Fatten them
and
up.
then we're going to bring them back to kill them. I never understood that.
Exactly.
Well, just
I'll
wait
tell you
till.
why. Hang on, John. I'll tell you why. And think about it, okay? Think about it, TC.
Hold on. While you're doing that, let me play this real quick. Sponsor ad brought to you by Bull Snot.
We're the last of the cowboys. There are folks out here who still take pride in their everyday ride. Those who know if a job's worth doing, well, it's worth doing right. Bull Snot. Great products for real people.
Y'all get a chance to check out Tony Justice's, go to TonyJustice.com and check out his new Greatest Hits album. It's one hell of an album. Love it. Go ahead, John.
No.
Or go ahead,
Okay.
Scott.
What I was telling you, TC, is cows out of this area, okay, out of, I must say, central to eastern a little bit and northern. They sent them out to Colorado and everything over there. Reason why is and sent them to Utah. The grass is more healthier than the grass in this area. Think about it. We have all the refineries, right?
That's true.
Okay. Colorado, Utah, there ain't that much refinery out there. There is, but not where not where in Wyoming where all the cow everything goes, because they grow alfalfa, bahia. Yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Ficus.
it's fertilized better. They send a cow out there, they can get it fatter in 30 days that would take them 60 to 90 days here. So they run them back and forth.
Yeah.
It don't make sense to me, but hey, that's what I was told.
Well, you know, and it's like wintertime. You know, wintertime they move them south, so that way
Yeah,
they
they might take them all.
grass. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
we'd take them all from Colorado and Utah, South Dakota, North Dakota, you know, and run them down to Alabama, Mississippi, South Texas, Louisiana, Florida.
Yep.
Yeah. One cow will lose, I think, 10 pounds in 1,000 miles. Ain't it right, TC? Is it 10 pounds or
right
less?
at it? Right at 10 pounds of shrinkage usually per cow.
Right.
You want to
Per
keep
cow.
it under. You want to keep it under 10 pounds per cow shrinkage.
And now what they really want to do is take all this beef and stuff and send it where? China.
Yep.
And then they're going
That's
to
like-
chemically fill it and send it back to us. That is going to poison us.
Well,
That's like-
that's why I just spent $1,000 and got 340 pounds of beef, fresh beef, straight from the slaughterhouse.
Well, we've got cows on our property. You know, we own a dairy farm. My family does. And it's about that time for, you know, we've got some that's a little older and it's coming on summertime. So we got some that's drying up. And, well, Bessie, you've been a good old milk cow, but guess what? You're going to be a real good hamburger and steak.
Yep.
Well, you
And I
better
know
send
what
me
goes
some.
in that cow.
Yep.
Because me, my uncle, or my first cousin is the only ones that doctor those cows.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, you better send me some of
That nice tender Holstein. Good old sweet meat.
Yep. John
Yeah,
must have
John
had to
left.
cut out. I think he got a phone call, or he was getting tired. Must have been one of the two. He must have got a phone call.
Must have been.
But I
He
know
didn't
it's
tell
getting
us.
late, and I know we got a couple more comments. Hold on, I just seen them pop up. See what we got. Glenn says, Colorado, Utah has that good grass of, you know what I mean. Just saying. Just saying. You know what he's meaning. You know what he's meaning. Yep.
Oh, well.
Josh says, everyone is so dead set on electric trucks. Why not go hybrid? You're right. Why don't we go hybrid? But they won't. Because
Nope, they want all or nothing.
Everything to be under one control, if you understand. They want it to be under control. So if you decide to take off, they can hit a button, kill it. And Josh says, if it lasts, I'll send you some kangaroo meat. Oh, kangaroo meat. There you go.
Ooh, I ain't never had no kangaroo. I've had a lot of different stuff, but I ain't never had no kangaroo.
Hey, Scott, Glenn's got to rub it in. He's going to come by you doing about Mach 20. And he said he's going to take that gray right off and put a patch of grass on top. Just saying. At the 44 westbound, Scott, I'm headed to Winnie.
He's always heading to win. He's probably sitting on his couch.
No, he's driving. He's driving. He's running. He's got 2 loads to deliver, so he said he'll have them done before you get up in the morning.
I don't care. But anyway, I'm fixing to cut out here, fellas.
Yep. We're fixing to do the same. It's already gone. It's 11 o'clock, and we're going to go ahead and call it. And I will see you later this week, Scott, and I'll see you in the morning there, big man.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
take it easy. Always good to have you, Scott. Good to have you, too. John, it's always nice to see you when you pop in. It was good to have you, Eddie. We appreciate you stopping in, giving a little shout out there, and talking about a little bit about your truck and why you named your truck and company the same. Glenn says, I'm riding, I'm dropping in the morning, reload, head back, drop the reload, and head right back to Winnie. So, yeah, he's getting it. Well, Glenn, you be safe out there, brother. We love you, and take it easy. And like I said, I'll see y'all in the morning. Well, I'll see Scott whenever he's not playing Crane Man. So, we'll
Later,
get
man.
that figured out. Later, y'all. Love y'all.
Later, TC.
Later.
Later, everybody. We love the support. Appreciate for the likes and the loves and the comments that you've given us tonight. And if you guys get a chance, go over there. If you're on YouTube, go to YouTube, sign up, subscribe. It's free. Just leave a comment and just leave a comment, and it's mostly appreciated. Then they'll push this video out even more on YouTube. I really, really would appreciate it. We're trying to build up the fan base over on YouTube so we can actually get more videos out. We can get better stuff going on and coming back in. But I do appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And see you on the next road. And if I do catch you during the week, just remember your video might be posted. Just smile and look good.
Sure don't know, I know a dirty.